Verse 311. O king, it is best not to create centers of doctrine which do not stir the hairs of neighboring kings because of ill repute even after death. Use even all your wealth to cause the exalted to become free from pride, and the equal to become delighted, and to overcome the inclinations of the lowly through your great exaltation. Having let go of all possessions at death, powerless, you must go elsewhere. But all that has been used for the doctrine precedes you as good karma. All the possessions of a previous king come under the control of his successor. Of what use are they then to the former king for practice, happiness, or fame? Through using wealth, there is happiness here and now. Through giving, there is happiness in the future. From wasting it without using it or giving it away, there is only misery. How could there be happiness? Because of lack of power while dying, you will be unable to give by way of your ministers. Shamelessly, they will lose affection for you and will seek to please the new king. Therefore, while in good health, create now centers of doctrine with all your wealth, for you are living amidst the causes of death like a lamp standing in a breeze. Also, other centers of doctrine established by the previous king, all the temples and so forth should be sustained as before. Please have them attended by those who harm not others, keep their vows, are virtuous, truthful, kind to visitors, patient, non-combative, and always industrious. Cause the blind, the sick, the lowly, the protectorless, the wretched, and the crippled equally to attain food and drink without interruption. Provide all types of support for practitioners who do not seek it, and even for those living in the realms of other kings. At all centers of the doctrine, appoint attendants who are energetic, without greed, skillful, religious, and not harmful. Appoint ministers who know good policy, who practice the doctrine, are affectionate, pure, friendly, undaunted, of good lineage, of excellent disposition, and grateful. Appoint generals who are generous, without attachments, brave, affectionate, who use the king's wealth properly, are steadfast, always attentive, and practice the doctrine. Appoint as administrators men who are old, of religious disposition, pure and able, who know what should be done, are well-read, unbiased, affectionate, and understand good policy. Every month you should hear from them about all the income and expenses, and having heard, you should tell them all that should be done for the centers of doctrine and so forth. If your kingdom exists for the doctrine and not for fame or desire, then it will be extremely fruitful. If not, its fruit will be misfortune. O Lord of men, since in this world most are prone to deceive each other, listen to how your kingdom and your practice should be. Let there always be around you many men, old in experience, of good lineage, who know what policy is good, shrink from sin, are agreeable, and know what should be done. Even if they rightfully have fined, bound, or punished people, and so forth, you, being softened with compassion, should always take care of the offenders. O King, through compassion, you should always generate an attitude of help, even for all those embodied beings who have committed appalling sins. Especially generate compassion for those murderers whose sins are horrible. Those of fallen nature are receptacles of compassion from those whose nature is great. Free the weaker prisoners after a day or 5 days. Do not think the others are never to be freed. For each one whom you do not think to free, you will lose the layman's vow. Because you will have lost the vow, faults will be constantly amassed. As long as the prisoners are not freed, they should be made comfortable with barbers, baths, food, drink, medicine, and clothing. Just as unworthy sons are punished out of a wish to make them worthy, so punishment should be enforced with compassion and not through hatred or desire for wealth. Once you have analyzed the angry murderers and recognized them well, you should banish them without killing or tormenting them. In order to maintain control, oversee your country through the eyes of agents, attentive and mindful. Always do those things that accord with the practices. Continually honor in an exalted way those who are well grounded in good qualities, with gifts, respect, and reverence, and likewise honor all the rest. The birds of the populace will alight upon the royal tree, which provides the shade of patience, the flourishing flowers of respect, and large fruits of resplendent giving. A king whose nature is to give is liked if he is strong, like a sugared pastry hardened with cardamom pepper. If you analyze and reason thus, your dominion will not degenerate. It will not be without principle, nor become a system without rule. You did not bring your kingdom with you from your former life, nor will you take it to the next, since it was won by virtues. To act for it without virtue is wrong. O king, exert yourself to avert a succession of miserable supplies for the kingdom through misuse of the royal resources. O king, exert yourself to increase the succession of the king's resources through proper use of your own.